Morning guys, this is your CARS routine. So this is a 10-minute mobility routine that is the basis and the fundamental elements of what functional range conditioning, okay, which is what I'm trained in, is basically. It's a chance to move your joints through their full usable ranges and to tell your body to experience these positions. If we don't use these positions, we lose them. So to do this every day is so important for our joints. See it like brushing your teeth and make it a habit. I'm going to keep things really simple today in regards to the direction of the movement of each joint, but focus on trying to be controlled. That's the key to this. We don't want to feel like we're loose and moving around everywhere apart from the joint that we're looking to work. So stand nice and tall. We're going to do everything from a standing position to make this even more accessible. Arms are down by your side. I want you to breathe in and try and trap the air deep into your belly. I want you to try and focus on breathing into this small pocket of air here. And we're just going to do what we call an irradiation. So we're going to try and tense through the body. So just start to squeeze every muscle in your body as best as you can find. Squeezing up to about 25% effort, still breathing shallow into that pocket of the belly. Try and go up in your irradiation up to about 50%. So just think tensing all the muscles in the body, backside, quads, abdominals, core, lats, everything is working. Arms are squeezed as well. We're then going to draw our chin into our neck, chin down, and slowly begin to drag your chin along your left collarbone, look behind your left shoulder, up and above, staying out of any closing angle, joint pain or pinch points, all the way up and over, changing direction. Roll the head up, we'll repeat that again, so chin in, double chin, slowly bring the chin down, begin to carefully, slowly, with control. Imagine you've got a marker pen in your mouth and you're trying to draw a circle with that marker pen. Good, slowly roll the chin back up. Try and keep that chin tucked in for as much as you can. Now we're going to move through our shoulder blades. So we're going to shrug our shoulder blades up, pinch them together. Imagine you're holding that 20-pound note between your shoulder blades, shrug them down. Push the shoulder blades forwards, up, together, down, forwards, up, together, down, forwards. Let's change the direction. I'm going to show you from the side. Together, up, forwards, down, keeping the elbows straight and not trying to compensate through the neck or the lower spine. And down. Very good. All right. Let's move into our elbows. Elbows bend, hinging. Okay, just at the elbow joint, ever so slightly. And we're going to rotate inwards for our forearms and our hands. Rotate outwards. Try and think of moving from that inside line as I refer to inwards or internal. Rotate outwards. And you're trying to rotate inwards and outwards as far as you can before you feel your elbows leave the side of your body. One more time. And up. Keeping the thumbs turned outwards. Slowly bend the elbows as tight as you can. Rotate inwards like you did before. And slowly begin to push the arms straight. Keep those elbows to the side of the body. Rotate out. Up. Rotate in. Down. Keep the arms rotating inwards, slowly come back up, rotate outwards, down, rotate in, flex, bend at the elbow, rotate out, back down again. Bring the arms to the side, left hand onto your right forearm, open out your fingertips and then squeeze them all together. We're now just going to move from the wrist joint and the wrist joint only, so nothing else should move. We're going to pull the hand down, try and point the fingertips at the floor. Slowly pull the fingertips inwards towards the middle of the body. Pull up, pull out, again, doing 2 circles in that direction before changing. Keep an eye on your forearm, make sure there's no rotation from there. Just moving from that wrist joint. Imagine drawing that circle and your middle finger is the marker pen. Good, excellent. Let's flip over to the other side. Exactly as we did on the other side. Squeeze the fingertips together and then pull down. Work in towards the midline. Slowly bring the fingers up, pull out, all the way down. Could be slightly confusing why this feels so difficult for you, potentially. And then change the direction. If it feels really easy, then take a check that your forearm isn't moving. Great job, excellent. Let's bring our arms down by our side. Look at some axial rotation, so arms down by your side. Pull the shoulder blades together like you've done already. Keep the shoulder blades depressed, so pull them down. And I just want you to rotate your whole arm inwards and outwards. So similar to what we did with our forearm a moment ago, the whole arm rotates inwards, the whole arm rotates outwards. Try and focus on rotating from the top of the biceps, so top of the upper arm. And try not to let those shoulder blades slide up towards your ears as you rotate inwards, and try not to let your rib cage flare as you rotate outwards. One more time. And I'm working kind of 3 to 5 circles, potentially, each position. From here, we're going to go and place our left arm down by our side, squeeze our fist. Right hand is squeeze fingers, arm straight, and I'm going to slowly pull my right arm across my body. Nothing else moves. So again, start to think about that tensing of the body we did at the start. Bicep close to your ear. I'd advise potentially taking the bicep an inch or so away from the ear and to really try and drop that shoulder blade if it's risen. Rotate inwards with the bicep. Begin to pull the arm back. Keep rotating it until the back of your hand is next to your hip. Now push the arm back into extension. Rotate the bicep away and outwards from the body. All the way, bicep passes the cheek. Notice the bicep is back to rotating outwards. And again, we'll repeat, we'll do 2 per arm. Up nice and slowly when you get to your top position, arm slightly away, rotate the arm inwards and keep spinning that arm as you reach it back behind you. Good. Push the arm back, rotate. All the way back to the front. Exactly the same on the other side. Squeeze this right arm, make sure it's nice and tense. It should relate to the rest of the body as well. And slowly take that left arm up. Bicep brushes the cheek. Drop that shoulder blade down. Internally rotate at the shoulder. Bicep, putting the arm all the way down. Bring the back of the hand to the hip. Push the arm back behind you. Rotate. All the way back to the front. I'm going to show you from a slightly side perspective here. Up to the top, slightly away from the ear, internally rotate. Send it back, externally rotate. Bring it all the way forwards. Good work. This is where I normally try and improve a little bit of flexion. Again, extension from the spine, so squeezing the backside, head looking up. Chin drawn down to the top of the chest, squeeze your backside as hard as you can, begin to peel the spine. Just down so you feel like you're rounding your upper back. Elbows are tight in towards the body. I'm squeezing my backside, my hips aren't going anywhere. Roll the body all the way back up. Try and get as tall as you can without arching into the... Then we build onto that forward flexion that we've just done. Again, you can take your feet a little bit wider here. Arms go a little bit further across the chest. You can squeeze and radiate a little bit more if you feel you can. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Pack and trap that air down deep into the stomach. And then begin to forward flex again. Squeeze your backside, don't let your pelvis move. This time we're going to rotate to the left. Lean to the left. Create that smooth circle, don't go too big. Lean to the right, rotate to the right, pull back across, into the middle, and begin to roll your spine gently all the way up to the top. Let's repeat that, but going the other way. Big deep breath in, trap the air, exhale, flex forwards, don't let the hips kink back, rotate to the right, lean into the right, reach back and circle, lean into the left, rotate to the left, pull back across the center, and bring yourself back up to the top. Excellent. Okay, let's move into our hip now. So we're looking at a little bit of hip rotation. What I would really advise here is trying to use a base of support. So whether it's kitchen counter, sofa, chair, whatever it might be. I'm just going to use a pole here just because I've got this accessible for me, but you can replicate this by using a chair or whatever else. So if I'm going to be holding and supporting myself, say with my left hand here, ideally I want to try and use my opposite leg, so my right leg. Right arm is going to be out to the side. I'm going to go and try and pull my right leg up whilst trying to turn my thigh outwards. So it's going to look something like this. You're going to come up. You don't have to go so high. Just try and find the best, highest position you can without any other body part changing. Pull the heel and the knee out to the side. Rather than rotating the thigh out, we're going to rotate the thigh in as you slowly reach your leg round and back behind you. Bring your knee all the way up, halfway. Send the heel back. Push the heel and the knee out to the side. Start to rotate the thigh around and back again like you started. All the way back to the front and down. Repeat. Bring it up. Out to the side. Change the rotation. Internal rotation. Bring the leg round. Bring it all the way up. Send the heel back behind you. Bring the knee out to the side. Start to externally rotate that hip again. Bring the leg round and down. Good. Change it to the other side. So, one hip may behave very differently to the other, so just be prepared for that. You might see a bit of a difference in mine here. All the way up, external rotation, out to the side, internally rotate the hip, circle the leg around and back behind you. If you want these movements to feel nice and smooth as we do them, push the heel back, out to the side, externally rotate, bring the leg back around. Good, smooth, as you direct that knee to those different points. All the way across and down. Very good. You can still use your base of support here if you wish. Right leg comes up, knee slightly bent. We're going to look at rotating underneath the kneecap, okay, so in the shin and the foot. I'm going to get you to pull your right toes up to the sky, right arm out to the side. You're still radiating and squeezing and tensing the body. We're going to rotate our shin and our foot outwards, so turn them away from the midline of your body. Once it's turned away, you're then going to slowly begin to pull your heel as tight as you can to your backside. Thigh and knee hasn't moved. You now rotate your shin and your foot inwards and slowly begin to let the leg come back to where it started. Rotate out again. The movement might be quite subtle. Pull the heel in, rotate inwards, slowly take the leg back out. Keep the foot and shin rotated inwards. Bend the knee as you did before. Rotate out this time. Bring the leg to the starting position. Rotate in, pull in, rotate out, bring it back out. Bring the leg into the middle, so nice and aligned. Now your shin isn't going to move. You're just going to move from the ankle and below. Point the toes at the floor as hard as you can. Slowly begin to pull in through the big toe. Pull the toes up to the ceiling. Pull out through the little toe and down towards the floor. 2 times in each direction. Working really hard to just move from that ankle joint. Change the direction. Similar to when you worked with your wrists, it's very easy to compensate through that shin and rotate from there rather than just the ankle. Good. Let's change over to the other side. Knee slightly bent. Foot, shin is going to turn out. Knee and thigh isn't moving. And now I'm slowly putting my heel to my backside. As tight as I can, rotate my shin and foot inwards, and then bring the leg out to the front, rotate out again. As tight as you can as you flex that knee, rotate inwards, slowly bring it out, keep the foot rotated inwards, in, rotate out. In, rotate out, back to that starting position, square up the foot, point the toes at the floor as hard as you can, pull in through the big toe, pull up through the big toe, out through the little toe and down again. Remember, the biggest, most controlled circles you can. Change the direction, we're only doing 2, so they should be a really slow, focused 2 circles here. The more you do it, the better you'll get. From here, we're going to go and use our toes to finish. So, feet are pointed forwards. We're going to pull our toes up to the ceiling, and then we're going to start to lower our big toe and our big toe only. So keep your 4 other toes lifted off the floor. You're looking at 3 points of contact here. 5 taps, keep your big toe up, and then lower the 4 toes on their own to the floor whilst the big toe stays lifted. 5 taps, and then alternate the toes. So big toe goes down, 4 toes up, and then change that over. And again, just 5 taps of each position. Really waking up the toes, trying not to see too much movement through the midfoot.